Well friends, so based on the emails that I have been receiving so far from my previous students, yes, I'm glad to have them at board. Based on additional requirements, let's start now. So total of 2 workshops this week and most probably the next week. But this week, today's session, this is our agenda. Let's start now. Firstly, again, the sequence is very important. I should not make you confused. That's another challenge that I need to take care. Let me put in this way, friends. Sorry for the previous order, let me put in this way. Firstly, let's start, friends. We're almost 30 minutes late now. Let's start. Well, sometimes our requirement is to store huge document files or flat files directly into SQL Server. Yes, SQL Server can store files too. It's normal data. You don't need to say insert into a table name and so on. Hide some data entry and list to type the values field. No need. I repeat. Insert into table name, values. You don't need to hire a data entry analyst to type the values field. Keep on typing the values field doing a night shift. No need. Yes, you can get a reference for the document file. Let's enjoy how to do this. Let me connect to the server. Let me create a database. I believe I already got the database. If not, let me create it. Say a database called SQL School. Let's make use of the default file group and the default file. Click OK. Our requirement. Yes, friends. Our requirement is we have got 4 files. I'm taking these reference files from codeplex.com and Microsoft Press official website. Better, let's do as per our Godsman, Microsoft. Here it is, friends. These are the files I got from codeplex.com website. Friends, for your reference, I will be emailing you the practice file. Along with these files, I will be emailing you immediately after the session. These 4 files are to be stored in your SQL Server. Got it, friends? These 4 files to be stored in your SQL Server. Let's see how it is. So requirement is very simple, storing the files. So for this purpose, first of all, we need to create a table. Let's create a small table that is supposed to store the data. Here it is, friends. I'm creating a table called documents to store the documents data. Some ID, title, document type, and I wanted to include the content. Where binary, max. You may get a question. Sai, you say we can store files. Yes, we are about to enjoy it. Fine. Any limitation on size? Yes, there is. Remember friends, maximum size of a file to be stored in this way should not exceed 2 GB. The maximum size of the file is up to 2 GB, permitted up to 2 GB only. What if the file is more than 2 GB? Yes, you may need to split it before you load it onto SQL Server. There were some blogs that I have referred to which claim that SQL Server data center can store up to 2 GB of compressed data. No, not possible. Nowhere it was specified in Microsoft official website. Blogs, we cannot trust it always until we test it, right? Simple logic. There is no one to validate the blog. You validate it. You take the risk. You take the pain. You take the call. 2 GB friends. 2 GB max. Because very simple logic there. Because there is no other data type apart from the entry with max means 2 GB. Max means maximum of 2 GB. Remember. No other data type available apart from your traditional blob and clob, that is character large objects and binary large objects, which Microsoft says they are going to get it retired in the very next version, SQL Server 2014. Anyway, we are planning for a full day workshop on SQL Server 2014 once it launched for all our previous attendees. Maybe Jan or Feb. Well friends, you got the table created. Now let's not waste your time. Let's see how to insert the data. Don't get confused. Very easy. Just try to understand. Insert into table name. What to insert? Title. Because ID is identity property, right? Title. Doc type. Dot expect. Some reference value. And the content. We know ID value may be duplicated. For that reason, you got a primary key. Constraint, constraint name, constraint type, and constraint property value. I repeat, ID value has a danger of duplication. Set identity property on, and you simply duplicate it. So for this reason, better to have primary key. That's different. Now, insert into table name, title. Because you want to provide the corresponding doc or docx file from my location, either local or remote location. Doc type is docx, or it may be XLS file, it may be flat file, anything it can be. For reference purpose, I'm just maintaining a doc type. I repeat friends, this example was taken from, this expert is taken from Microsoft Press and codeplex.com, both together, put together. DocExpert. Just to get some information, the description for this huge book, say, for this huge document. Remember friends, maximum 2 GB. Then comes how to store the actual content. There lies our actual big question mark. Here it is friends. We make use of a keyword called bulk column. Bulk column is a keyword for performing bulk operations. Whenever you want to prepare your SQL Server thread for bulk operations, we make use of bulk column. I repeat, whenever you want to prepare SQL Server process for the purpose of bulk operations, means importing or exporting, either importing or exporting huge volumes of data, we call it bulk operation. The column responsible for import or export is called bulk column. You are saying now, hey SQL Server, prepare yourself, get ready for bulk operations. From where? Open row set is a function, query execution function that we use. Whenever you wanted to communicate from SQL Server database engine to the outside world. Over the outside world, we may have analysis engine, reporting engine, sometimes integration engine, or sometimes you may have the bulk data like docx or any other database engine for it to matter, like Oracle, MySQL, Sybase, Ingress, Postgres, or any type of data, including SAP. Everything supports open row set function. This open row set function internally simply converts the tabular data stream TDS packets into XML based representation. So it's internally the XML format we are working with internally. And we have a keyword called single blob. What it is? Bit new for us, right? Open row set function has got the parameter to provide the type of character data. Friends, very, very simple and easy to understand, friends. No science here. Very simple. We know this. We know char, we know nchar. We know varchar, we know nvarchar. Maybe you can call it as char or char, whatever. We know char, we know nvarchar. We know char, we know varchar. We know nchar also. Same way here, single blob, single blob. Single n blob, single n blob. N is for Unicode representation. Which type of data you are storing? Yes, we are storing a docx data. Open row set does not include Unicode data in binary large object format. Open row set cannot include binary large object data. Blob means binary large object. The other one is character large object. We call it as CLOB, character large object. These two are different ways of storing huge volumes of data, including images. Even for images, we can follow the same style. Just include the image over here. Nothing different, nothing different. It works. When we work with huge volumes of data, we generally go for binary large objects or character large objects representation. Here single blob means you want to include the complete contents of your file as a single data content value. Well, that's it, done. In no time, you got one row affected. Insert into table name, select. Simple, insert into table name, you say values, right? Here we are simply saying select. We can do in this way, friends. Insert into table, select A comma B comma C. It works. Instead of saying values, you can select the values and then simply insert it here. Hope you are aware of this. Insert into table name, select star from table name. Insert into table 1, select star from table 2, right? Same concept here as well. So you are selecting a single blob, means single column reference for the document as a bulk operation, turning out the current column to be a bulk column using open row set function, because you are trying to communicate outside the database engine to an external world. MS Office. Remember, internally Microsoft Jet driver would be used for MS Office to SQL Server communication. The type of the driver is Microsoft Jet driver. Remember, it is for MS Office. So this is the background story of this command. Let's insert some more data. I'm trying to insert some more data. Just to make sure we are investing our time diligently, I just got everything typed ready. I planned it accordingly. Again, nothing new now. Same command, same style. So total of you got 4 rows, friends. Select count of documents and you got 4 rows. We created the table. Insert one document for each insert. Limitation: we cannot insert more than one document at a time. You may have a common question there. Can we insert more than one? No, not possible. We have the limitation. Not only the flexibility, the limitation as well. So total you got some records. I inserted some 4 records. I inserted just 4 records. So you see here, count of star from documents, all those 4 records are available. Batch processing, data mining, conference.docx, and additive measures. I have taken such files which have got additional information on SQL Server, so that you are gaining that information also. We are gaining that information also together. So they are not just dummy documents. They are something else in SQL Server once again. From microsoftpress.com. I just download them from microsoftpress.com. Some useful links. It will be easy for us. Invest less time, understand more data. I'll be emailing them now. Select all records from documents. Remember, we are storing it in var binary. We are storing the data in var binary. So you get the document in binary only, var binary only. These are all the binary data format. For that reason, you have some meaningful bit lengthy doc accept. For that reason, you got some meaningful doc title. So you don't expect the character data directly here. Then Sai, how to use it then? How to retrieve it? Yes. For data retrieval, we can make use of full text search. Attendees who attended our SQL Server Database Administration course, hope you are aware of it. Attendees who attended for our BA course and attended the last workshop, hope you are aware of it. Attendees from SQL Azure, if you haven't got a chance to attend my last workshop earlier, last month, please have a look at it. What is full text search? You should be getting the answer, else let me know. So this is something that you can do from your end now and use me for your doubts. Remember friends, for data retrieval, for such document storage systems, we can get the benefit of full text search called FTS in short. And very sorry friends, I could not get chance to hear your doubts because of huge list of attendees. Please forgive me for that. You may ask me, Sai, why to go for full text search? Yes, anywhere binary content, if needs to be retrieved, full text search using stop list is the most recommended method. Well, then Sai, what about index? Yes, we are here to talk about performance, right? We should not forget the ground. Well, here it is. Managing full text search is a costly affair. So make sure while you're implementing full text search, make sure you have this command on board. Alter full text index on the table, set change tracking is equal to auto. Here it is friends. We need to make sure this is the correct one. Sorry for the typo. This is the correct one. We need to make sure. Perfect now. Make sure that your full text index is being populated only using change tracking. No need. It's not a rule that we go for start underscore full all the times. No need. We generally tend to say, okay, initially we need to say start underscore full, only then we can go for incremental changes using change tracking. No, there is no such rule at all. We can directly go for change tracking. But one thing, make sure your underlying indexes, underlying clustered index, statistics are up to date before we use change tracking. Why? Yes, full text search always depends on the underlying clustered index. Full text index depend on the underlying clustered index. If your underlying clustered index is out of sync for statistics, negative performance impact. At the time we cannot claim, no, I have been using FTS, but still my retrieval is very slow. No, the recommendations have to be followed diligently. Make sure the underlying primary key statistics are up to date. Only then SQL Server really enjoys the benefit of full text search. One major consideration that you need to take care. So far we understood, for the last 20 minutes we understood, 25 minutes we understood how to load documents and how to retrieve the information here using our old concept full text search. Friends, in case if you are new to what is full text search, you please do some R&D. Full text search is a mechanism of searching textual data. We can search even prioritized data. Go to bing.com, B-I-N-G, bing.com, Microsoft search engine, and type something there, SQL space server. You will get a lot of such queries, right? SQL server, SQL server, server SQL, SQL servers, SQL server, MySQL server, everything. Related, correlated, relational, and closest matching, exact matching, searching is called full text search, which is there from 2000 SQL server. It's not a new concept, but this change tracking concept is new in 2008. Well, next, let's talk about XML operations. Another common set of emails I do generally get. So we have this type of issue. Is it expected or there an issue? The problem with XML is you run some XML query, but we are not pretty sure whether it is correct or not. And it's not our test environment if you are sitting in your production cabin. So problem may arise. So here it is. We should have some basic information pertaining to the XML operations. Let me connect to some AdvanceWorks database. Let me take this, very easy to understand. Assume there is a product table. We have got different formats of XML. We have XML auto and we have XML raw. Hope many of you know this by now. Auto gives us information about each row as a single XML entry. Dim product and A, B, C, D, all the columns. This type of representation is very much easy for us to compare one row with other row, to read one column value with the corresponding other column value. Also to identify null values, if any. Remember, Very important. Just now I was telling null values if any. Yes, I am right. Whenever you see some column missing means null value. Remember friends? Very important. Here it is. Null values go missing. Please remember this. When I say raw, it purely depends on the type of column values you have in dim product. Here it is friends. In dim product, you got something called as var binary. Such var binary data doesn't support raw. What here raw means actually? Say for example, let me put in this way. Why error? Because you got large photo, a binary data. This type of data we just understood. This type of data we just understood in the previous example. Let me say dim customer for XML raw. See friends, when you say raw, you don't have dim product here. You don't have the table name here. Instead, you got row. Null values will be available as they are. Null values, if any, will be available as they are. Next. Major difference between XML raw and XML auto is mainly the representation of null values. Null values is a major difference. And this is what we generally know, right? From the basic XML, when we say how to use XML in SQL Server, this is what we generally get. On top of it, let's see something interesting. I got a set of queries ready so that we are investing less time and having a focused understanding. See friends, I want product key, name, cost, product from XML raw. Here I must say XML raw means an unorganized XML representation. Now see friends, product key is there, product name is there. Product key is there, product name is there. What about standard cost? Hope you got the answer. Null values will be simply ignored. This is what I am trying to say for the last 5 minutes. The difference. Here it is. When it comes to XML raw, null representation columns will be simply removed. Whereas XML auto, null values are simply taken as void values. I repeat, XML auto means null values simply, they say go missing, means they are simply taken as void values, empty values. When we say XML raw, the complete column itself go missing. Complete column itself is not there. So you are not having any void, you are not having any empty value set now. Only meaningful data set will be available. We have the other style called XML path. When we say XML path, see friends, more detailed and row wise custom tags are available now. This advantage. Hey Sai, go to fourth row once. Okay sir, please. Okay, fourth row. This is how we can access the data easily. And see there, this is the advantage, benefit. Binary data can also be represented using XML path. Anything null value, here you see, again void. This is what void means. VOID, void, we say. Next. Just now we understood, when we say XML path, you got row as a root column. When you say XML path of product, now see the difference. You got product and the values. Product and the values. Earlier you got row, isn't it? Earlier you got row, again same representation. Earlier you got row, now you got product. Here it is. The root can be specified here, or if required, based on the client requirement, we can have additional representation for root. Simply say comma root. What does it mean? You will have a root tag first. You will have a root tag first. In that root you got product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4, etc. Problem is, here you got product directly. No other handler for product. But now you can include your own tag at the root level. In turn give birth to products. So the way you wanted the representation, it depends. Well, when it comes to the root, you can have custom root tag also. Here it is, friends. Simply say root tag. I provided my own tag over here. Earlier it is root, now it is root tag. Yes, we can have our own custom tags, custom root tags in this way. After one of my last week's SQL Azure sessions, I believe, I got one attendee asking me, Sai, I want to have my own custom root tag. The question is it having any impact on, negative impact on performance? Absolutely no. Yes, friends. Custom root tags or custom XML path tags do not have any negative impact on performance. Nowhere it is reported in entire books online. Well, next comes an important observation now. Aliasing. Our immediate question would be in this way. Sai, we are going for queries. Well and good. Fine. We are happy. What about aliasing? Yes, it is possible. Any valid select statement is possible. I have got a predefined query in this way. Again, these examples are also taken from microsofttrest.com. Execute root tag product attribute. You see product name attribute, or here it is, product standard cost attribute. What are these? Yes, product key, I want to rebrand it as product name. Friends, in XML If you want the attribute representation, we need to include it with symbol prefix. Only then you will see it here in this way. It should be taken as a variable representation. In fact, symbol should be considered. You may write your own query, but that aliasing should be prefixed with symbol. Remember. Next. Here comes the next immediate concern. Well, I am using aliasing. Well and good. Can I use inner queries? Absolutely yes. Can we use namespace? Absolutely yes. No problem. Apart from XML path, where we are actually focusing on the path of your XML data over the root, if you observe carefully, there is no plus symbol here, right? Unlike the previous one. Observe the carefully actual difference. Though we say XML path, earlier XML path is including for each path a specific representation for the product. See there, product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4, etc. But that representation go missing whenever we start using the symbols. Now comes XML auto. Same query. Instead of path, I say auto. When I say auto, see there, you got prefixes. Sometimes we may experience this type of unwanted behavior. X0040. What are these? X0040. Again, X0040. So whenever you go for XML auto, you automatically have this type of representation where a prefix, standard prefix would be added. For this purpose, we generally go for XML path. So let's stick back to XML path. Let's stick back to XML path. And let's see. Apart from aliasing, which requires special character, observe carefully, friends. Let's stick back to XML path and see inner queries. Yes, a select can have other select. The inner query is executed first. Of course, where we have to say dim product P. The inner query is executed first. You call it category along with the remaining data. Helmets, you got some products. Socks, you got some products. Helmets, some more products. Caps, some more products. Jerseys, frames, etc. We understood XML path, a preferable approach for better understanding and readability when it comes to XML databases. Now see there. Nothing new. Same as old query. We are just understanding, can we include inner queries, sub-queries with XML? Answer is yes, absolutely. Just now I received a question on the chat. Can we include namespace? Yes, absolutely. No problem. Now, These are at one side of the coin. On the other side, performance. Though Microsoft SQL Server, SQL native client driver uses XML representation internally, representing a high level language into XML language or XML representation do have negative impact on performance. Performance would be degraded, especially when it comes to custom root tags. Performance would be degraded when it comes to custom root tags. Remember, friends. Of course, custom root tags can increase the readability of the code, increase the appearance, reports, better reporting of your XML data, but do have negative impact on performance. And one more thing. When it comes to aliasing, it do have negative impact on performance additionally. Why? Because every field has to be converted to a corresponding XML variable. We call them as XML variables. That conversion is always sequence, not parallel. Microsoft says conversion of XML tag data alias into XML variables for the purpose of your query is sequentialized, not parallelized. So this may have negative impact on performance. We should be very much keen in noting it. Well, so when we work with XML data, we better avoid var binary and n-text data. That is another recommendation Microsoft gives us. When we work with XML representations, better to avoid var binary and nvarchar, even nchar data. I mean Unicode data and binary data to be avoided if possible for better performance. They don't say don't use, they say avoid. Means if possible, if your business accepts, avoid them. Apart from them, no additional indexes nor statistics to be considered apart from tuning your regular query. But please be informed, though every query accepts 1 MB by default, though every query requires 1 MB by default in production in general, XML queries register, they reserve some additional amount of memory. So it's not just 1 MB that we generally think of. It's something more. So recommendation, you leave it to default. But practically speaking, you leave it to default 1 MB. But practically speaking, more amount of memory would also be used. Usually, twice the amount of memory for a normal SQL Server query you require it for XML, they say. About twice. Recently, I was involved in a case study on XML data with one of the universities in UK. I was just involved in one of the case study implementation where we could clearly see the XML data is taking almost double the amount of space required for execution of the queries when you compare with normal queries. So we should be aware of the fact as well. Well, next. Then comes the CTE, the common table expressions. When it comes to the common table expressions, yes, what they are. Let's see with an example. Assume you got a table. Let me take it as a new query window for better understanding. Assume you got a table. Let me take some table of our interest. Let me go back to our database. These are my values. I have taken this example from one of the validated blog, sqlperformance.com. Insert into table name some values. 1 1 null, 1 2 null, 2 3 null, 2 4 null, 3 5 3 6 4 7 4 8 4 9 4 10. Observe carefully. We see second column unique, first column repeated, second column sequence, first column repeated, third column null. Now I wanted to have the trend analysis. The column names are ID, value, rank. Hope you have got the requirement by now. I got ID value, unique, value, actual value here, and the rank. I want to decide the rank. Our requirement is irrespective of value 1, irrespective of value 2, I want to have the sequence of data to be populated onto value 3. I repeat, I want a sequence of values to be populated for value 3. Just a sequence 1 to 10. We make use of such requirements. We make use of dense rank function. Whenever we work with dense rank functions, something special these are. If at all, if you have been using dense rank at your work, something special, friends. Remember. Well, dense rank generally gets over partition by or order by, etc. Right? If we are new to dense rank, remember, dense rank function is used to provide the ranking operations based on a value. So here based on the value column means the second column, you are simply getting the rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. For each unique value of the value, you are getting the rank. For each unique value, you are having the rank. Rank means here the sequence of values. Now, something special here, friends. When we work with dense rank, remember, the underlying column, value column, on which the dense rank is dependent on, is highly recommended to have sorted order of data, directly or indirectly. Directly mean you get the data sorted in the same way. Indirectly mean you create a non-clustered index. So here it is, practical approach. Create a non-clustered index on the column being used in dense rank function. Dense rank is mainly used for the purpose of getting the rank, sequence rank. then well, you can simply update the values. Is it so? Select all from test table. You got them. Sequence of values. But say my requirement is not to get the sequence of values in this way. So you got some data. My requirement is for each unique value of the column, ID call. For each unique value of the column, ID call, I want to get 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope you got it now. For each unique ID value, I want to get the group number or the sequence number. I repeat, for each unique ID value, I want to get the sequence number. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, etc. Well, friends, the reason for me in taking this example, the next requirement is, yes, what if your dense rank is containing more than one column? Then what about the index? Many people ask me, Sai, do I need to create separate indexes? They have read somewhere, dense rank requires an index. Perfect. Yes, it's true. What you have read is correct. Perfect. Now the question arises. At the time we don't think all this. Then the question arises suddenly. Yes, dense rank is containing. It has to contain now multiple columns. Sai, which is better? Do you want me to create two separate indexes or a single composite index? Remember, friends, if you observe this query, partition by ID means you are sorting first based on ID, isn't it? SQL Server partition always gets ID, the dictionary order first. For each partition, see there, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, based on IDs. Here it is, friends. Do not create composite index. No, create separate indexes. Why? Composite index means if two ID values are same, then sort by second column. If two IDs are same, then sort by the second column. If two IDs are same, then sort by the second value column here. But you are not using such logic internally. Observe carefully, friends. Observe carefully. Partition by ID column is one thread. Order by value column is other thread. Order by value can be something to do with your ordering of values here. 1, 2. Which one should be 1? Which one should be 2? Isn't it? 1 is this one. Then 2. For example, see friends, you have got 4 values. Out of these 4 values, is it 1, 2? It can be in this way, right? Sorry for the graphics again. Sorry for the graphics. Just try to understand here, friends. Excuse me. Please excuse me. It may be 1, 2, 3, 4. Or it may be 1, 2 and 4 and then 3. But which order you wanted? Based on one ID, which order you wanted? You need to make sure you get the values here in this way. It has nothing to do with the composite index. Composite index means if both ID values are same, then get the order based on values here. But values may keep changing. Values may keep changing. May not be in sorting order. And you are expecting an insertion order. It depends. It depends. Better to have separate indexes. Better performance assured. Remember. Test it once. Test the query optimizer plan. And you will clearly see the performance advantage. Separate indexes, highly recommended. Rather than going for a single non-clustered or clustered composite index, remember friends. But here you are having a subquery. The subquery in turn runs on the main query to get the result. Keeping aside all this implementation, we can simply have a CTE part, a common table expression. Let me delete again from table. For ease of understanding, let's use the same data once again. So if it is dense rank over partition inside a subquery, you require composite index, right? Now, let's see the common table expression example. When it comes to the common table expression example, same logic. Logic remains same. Partition by ID, order by val. Partition by ID, order by val. Logic remains same. There is a dense rank. Here is your row number. Remember, row number function is faster than dense rank. Yes, both can be alternatives to one another. Most of the scenarios. Row number preferred compared to dense rank. Row number gives you the actual row number, directly the row number 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Does system maintains the row number? Yes, it is. It is maintaining the row number internally even though you don't use it. Row numbers would be maintained internally by the system. Test in this way, friends. You begin a transaction, insert some records. You go to other session, SP lock. You will see the row numbers for each lock, exclusive lock. File ID colon, page ID colon, row number. Row numbers are internally maintained. You are simply getting them. But dense rank is something that you have to focus again. You have to get it computed separately. So get the row number for each ID over the value call. Again, you require a separate list of indexes for both. Recommendation remains same even though your approach is different. So this particular data is giving you the rank 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 and all. Same. So this output is being taken as a reference and you are simply updating the table. Simply updating the table. Rank call is equal to R and K. The column value is simply updated over here. And you are done. You are having a temporary column, R and K column, replacing the old column value with R and K, the temporary column. So CTE gives us temporary table references, temporary table column values. Approach is different here. We are using common table expression. A common table for both retrieval as well as update. The table and its query result is referred to as R underscore test table. That R underscore test table is in turn being updated. Common table. And you're having an expression inside. Approach may be different, but the usage, the logic remains same. Partition by ID, order by val call. In such cases, better to go for separate indexes. Remember. Well, so far we understanding. Let me put everything in a single file. It will be easy for me to email you. So far we are understanding blob data representation, then we were understanding XML operations, and then we were understanding the CTE and performance implications with multiple columns. Remember the last item of discussion? Remember the separate indexes required, mandatory. Next, new from MS Office 2010, and of course in MS Office 2013, professional edition, not home, professional edition, licensed edition of MS Office. You have got Power Pivot. If you don't see Power Pivot here at the top, you go to File, Options, Add-ins, you add this COM add-ins. One of the component object model or common object model is Power View, apart from Power Pivot. Power Pivot and Power View, both of these mainly helps us in easy data representation from SQL Server perspective. How it is. Let's see the Power Pivot part first. For now, let's limit ourselves to Power Pivot. So whenever we install MS Office, licensed professional versions 2013, 2010 MS Office, go to File, Options, Add-ins, COM add-ins, you see Power View and Power Pivot, both. Check Power Pivot, click OK, and you'll automatically see the Power Pivot tab over here additionally. From where you can extract the data from backend SQL Server easily. Here it is. I just click on Manage. And you got a Power Pivot book. Here it is, friends. Get external data from database, SQL Server, MS Access, or a Power Pivot data can be used as a source for other Power Pivot. That is the advantage here. Import Excel from another Excel is the actual concept. Apart from detailed data analysis along with relations. Click SQL Server for now. My server name, our database name, test the connection, click Next. You can select the related tables if required. Click Finish. This data is loaded into memory. From memory copy, you start understanding it what it is. Remember, Power Pivot cannot read binary data. This is the reason I'm going for Power Pivot now after understanding blob data. It simply says binary data, you cannot read it. But remaining data can be read easily. What's the advantage? Yes, you can simply go for filtering the data. You want all or you want only docx. Report it in this way. Let me just repeat once again quickly with some more meaningful data. Here it is. The major use, the advantage of Power Pivot is when you work with related items. Let me show you a small example on what I mean. Say, I load some customer data, 18,000 rows in my Power Pivot. Advantage. I wanted only male customers. I wanted only married male customers. I wanted only married male customers where the total number of children are 1. See how easy it is. Are you writing any queries? No. Are you storing it separately anymore? No. Simply loading it to memory. And you can start accessing the data in this way. Ease of use at optimal performance guaranteed. That is the beauty of Power Pivot. No need to write any queries. Now, well, I got this information here, right? I'll say save. I have taken some information. I just saved it on my desktop now. I have taken the information. I have saved it onto my desktop. Click manage. You got it. You close it. You close everything. And you simply stop your server. Remember friends, you saved it. Then you are stopping your server. Let it be read. Let's wait for some time. Well, my server is down now. This is the one, right? I don't think this is not the correct file. Let me load the correct file once. I think I missed out. It is a permanent storage. Remember friends, it's a permanent storage. Is this the one? No. Just hold on. Maybe I have just by mistake I've got it into my documents. I just quickly start my server once again. Remember, what I'm trying to do here and show us is you can permanently offload the data onto Power Pivot. That's the advantage. It's normal Excel. It's something like a normal Excel file. Say from database, SQL Server, from server name, from database name, Say for example, say dim customer. Even the relations can be stored. That's the advantage. Even relations can also be stored. So this is your small data we have. Save it. Just say save. So whatever Power Pivot operations you have, all the Power Pivot operations are now being saved. Once you are done, later, say later if you wanted to access, very easy. You simply come down over here again. Though your server is down, you can simply come over here and start accessing the data. That is one advantage. Another advantage is pivot table. Yes, from existing data. Let me take more meaningful data here. Just hold on, friends. Let me take more meaningful data to understand the actual use. Customer. Well, we can load multiple tables in this way. When we say refresh, updated data would be available. Until then, your source server may be disconnected, no problem. Say refresh. Now, say in the meantime, my server is down. So you extracted the data. You got a copy of your data on your Power Pivot. See friends, from Power View, say refresh. I shut down my server just now. I shut down my server. It's try to refresh, try to access the connection to the server. But my server is down. Red. It tries to establish the connection. Based on the connection timeout, you may need to wait for some time to get the error. Or say stop refresh. Let me stop the refresh. Close this. The advantage here is, irrespective of the status of the server, we can have pivot tables. That's the advantage. Pivot table mean, again, something like a report, a reporting solution. You got the error because I just cancelled it. Server is down. Go to pivot table. Either pivot table or pivot chart, chart and table, 4 charts, flattened pivot table. Anything you can go for. Select the table. I wanted all names of the customer. See there, my server is down. My server is down. Still I am able to access the data because I got the data in memory copy. Matter status. Or get it in this way. First matter status, then you wanted the values. Or you wanted to have matter status as a filter. Filter here. You wanted all? No, I wanted only M. Click OK. Only males will be coming up along with their gender. Sorry, marital status, married, along with their gender. Or gender can be over here again. Or gender can be on the columns. It's up to you. In this way, we can have grouping of data. For example, our requirement is to add a calculated field. Simply say new calculated field and add it over here in this way. You can add the columns, or you can have the date and time values, end of quarter, end of year, end of month off, and you provide the current date, or you provide the corresponding birth date column. We have something called birth date here. So in this way, we can include new values. I just added the birth date column. So this is how we can add the new values also. In extension 2, the Excel data, which is for just representing to the end user, using pivot operations, we can even analyze, understand, audit, profile the data and report it to the end users. That's the advantage here. Microsoft says every database and cloud product it is going to release from MS Office 2013 includes Power Pivot integrations. They have got their own value now. Attendees from data warehousing, multi-dimensional data warehousing and analysis background, hope you can see something like your Q browser, something like that, right? Well, for example, again you want to filter out the values only for a particular row. Click OK. No more queries, directly add it here. When we work with Power Pivot, as a Power Pivot always include loading of data over here into the Excel and the corresponding memory, at server level there is a small recommendation. Microsoft says while you are working with Power Pivot operations, you always enable Windows Fibers for better performance. Microsoft says better go for Windows Fibers enabled. Why? Because MS Office Windows level, SQL Server Windows level, SQL Server and MS Office, they wanted to communicate each other on backdrop of Windows. You are standing and I'm also standing in front of you. Both of us should be communicating each other provided our floor is straight, our floor is perfect. Get it here. Windows Fiber should be enabled. As simple as that. This is a performance recommendation for Microsoft for better pivot operations using Power Pivot transformation we have in Excel. This is as per our agenda for today's session. Hope you feel you invested some time rather than wasting the time. Please provide me your valuable feedback just on the chat. If it is fine, we'll continue with the same repo, same type of session. Maybe next weekend or the other next weekend, we are sure to meet once again. We'll be understanding something more. Today, we are concentrating on the SQL Server and Transact SQL operations basically. Next workshop should be on admin and BI fundamentals, admin and BI components basically. Most probably next weekend or the very next weekend, confirmed date would be emailed to you all the participants. Confirmed date would be emailed directly will not be posting anywhere. I'll be emailing you. Myself, I'll be emailing you the confirmed date within next 2 or 3 hours from now. Well, friends. Friends, any questions? Let me know. We'll stop here for today. Any questions? Please let me know on chat. So far, I couldn't get chance to look at my chat. Anyone, any questions? Please do let me know. And friends, and your valuable feedback on chat in case. Fine, friends. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Friends, anyone has any concerns, please let me know. We'll shape it accordingly for the next session, most probably next week. And thank you very much, friends, for providing your valuable feedbacks. We had your data with us and we shall be in touch with you. I repeat, attendees who provided their valuable feedback, really appreciated. We are just collecting all the database now. Attendees who provided the feedback from at5 and kuzu.com. I think you got the confirmations late. Very sorry, friends. Because of huge list of attendees, we have given feedbacks in this way, like all the individual attendees, they were given Google Plus. Again, individual attendees from local India, we have given Google Comments. Consultancy attendees, we have given Kuzu. Company attendees, we have provided at5. Corporate employees, we have provided Sulekha. And again, 3 more websites we have provided. It is just to make sure, like, we are leveraging the balance and easy for us to manage the things. Let me tell you, friends, my next plan is to go into, different type of approach in the training field. Many people say they have got less value for training, but no, it's such an important platform where we can really understand one another very easily, right? We should be creating such a rapport. When someone says online training, oh Bob Ray, no, online training, no, we can't trust these people. Yes, you're right, we can't trust anyone here. But everyone is not always the same. Now, we being a private limited company, we want to enter into public IPO very soon. Initial public offer, getting ourselves registered in NSE, National Stock Exchange, in next 1 or 2 years. I want to be the first wholly owned training company coming into public market with an IPO. For that reason, I want to just do what all I can. Hope you got some information from us today. We'll be meeting once again very soon. Most probably next weekend, if not the other weekend, I'll not be late because I commit to it. In another 2 or 3 hours, you should be getting the confirmed date along with the session details from today's session. We'll stop here for today, friends. Have a nice time. Thank you. Well, friends, thank you very much once again for providing your valuable feedbacks. And once again, sorry for the attendees who provided the feedback from at5. Got the confirmation a little bit late because we got the report a bit late from the website. Thanks very much once again. Have a nice time. And thank you very much once again for the attendees who provided their valuable feedbacks. We'll be in touch and keep maintain the pace with you for sure in the long run. Have a nice time, friends. Thank you very much. Friends, anyone, any more questions or comments or concerns, please do let us know. Please do monitor your spam emails also as usual.